everyone, I'm Brandy Robinson and I'll be your instructor for Geography 438W this semester. I'm really looking forward to working with you, and I wanted to take some time as you're familiarizing yourself with the syllabus and the layout of the course to give you an idea of what I expect of you as a student in this class and what you can expect of me as your instructor. So, this course is a lot of work, okay? It's a 400 level writing intensive class, so it's kind of a double whammy. So that means that we're going to cover a lot of complex content, and we're really going to drill into proper writing. For this semester, what I really want to focus on in terms of the type of writing we're doing is clear and effective science communication for a broad audience. So yeah, we're going to do a little bit, especially in the beginning of the semester, of more traditional college essay writing. But then as we move through the semester, I want to change it up a bit and be thinking more about the types of writing that you might find yourself doing after you graduate. And it's really important that we're able to effectively communicate the science of what's happening to our climate and the role that we play in it to a broad audience so that we can, inspire action, inform policy, all of those sorts of things. So that's really what I hope we can focus on, and that's a big part of what I want to do this semester. In addition to that, I think it's important to recognize that that being a good writer is definitely not a destination, it's a journey, and there's no good stopping place or starting place. So all I expect of you this semester, it's very simple, is I hope that in December you can agree that you're a stronger writer than you are right now in August. That's it. I'm not comparing you against anyone else, just yourself. And part of how we will evaluate that will be a series of self-assessments that you'll complete with your exams, because I think it's really important to recognize that we're only measuring against your starting point, and that's going to be a little bit different of a place for everybody. So as long as you come out of this on the other side saying, yeah, I think I'm a better writer now than I was in August, then that's successful. And I've tried to structure the class so that while a lot of your grade is based on the technicalities of writing, not all of it is. And so it's possible to not be the strongest writer and still do really well in this class, okay? I've tried to really vary our assessment structure so that there's an opportunity for everyone to shine. So I expect that you're going to work pretty hard, okay? You should plan to spend upwards of 12 hours a week on this class. And how will that time be spent? Well, a lot of it's going to be spent reading through the course content itself on our Drupal website and all of the assigned readings. And then each week you're going to have a quiz, and you're going to have an informal, very brief writing assignment that you need to do. And then at the end of each of our 3 units, we'll have a writing-based exam. Additionally, these first couple weeks, we're going to do what I'm calling a writing workshop. So it used to be that I had these sprinkled throughout the semester, but that meant that inevitably there were topics that we hadn't yet covered before you needed to submit an exam. And I decided this summer that I really didn't like the way that worked. So I have consolidated them down into 4 beefier writing intensive workshops, and I hope you'll submit one as part of your orientation and then one each week for lessons 1, 2, 3. But as long as they're all completed by the end of lesson 3, we're in good shape. So that'll be a bit extra work that we're front loading at the beginning of the semester to make sure that you're ready to submit that first exam and that you've gone through things. And each of those workshops has a little bit of interactive Q&A during it on the website itself, but then there's also an associated Canvas quiz with it that you'll take. So again, this class is a lot of work and it's a lot of writing, but usually what happens is that even my students who grumble through the semester about how much work it is, I often hear back from them a couple semesters later and say, that was a doozy of a semester, but I do feel like I'm a better writer now, and this has helped me in a couple of classes I've taken. So try to keep that in mind while we're in the thick of it this semester, okay? One more expectation that I have of you, and that's that you'll be honest and do your own work. So I take issues of academic integrity pretty seriously. I sit on our college's academic integrity committee, so that means I see a lot of the dishonest side of things. You or someone you love paid a lot of money for you to take this class, and you should get the most out of it by completing all of the work yourself and doing it well. And I do take issues of academic integrity seriously, and I will submit the forms. But I know that's not going to happen with any of us this semester. But enough about what I expect of you. What can you expect of me, right? I've got to hold up my end of the bargain too, so what is that end of the bargain? Well, first and foremost, I try to be very available. So if you ask me a question, whether that's via Canvas email, or you've posted it to one of our discussion forums, or you've emailed my Penn State account, that's sort of a last resort. If you don't hear back from me in 24 hours, that's weird, and you should ping me again. I'm pretty sure that I've got all my settings properly and that I'm subscribed to all the discussion forums, but every once in a while, Canvas throws me for a loop. So, if you've asked me something and you've not heard back, that's not typical, and you should reach out again. I don't want you wasting the precious time you have during the week to work on my class waiting on something from me. So I try to be very responsive and quick with that. Weekends are a bit slower, but I do check in on the weekends, especially recognizing that all of your deadlines are on Sunday nights. So as long as you get a question to me by, I would say, Sunday at noon, it's reasonable to expect that I'll be able to respond to that in enough time for you to act on it, okay? If you email me Sunday night at 10 asking a question about something that's due at midnight, that's not reasonable to assume that I'm going to get to it in time. Feedback on your writing, right? That's a big part of what we're doing here with a writing intensive course. So there is one of me and there are about 50 of you, and so that makes this part tricky. I try really hard to be as quick with my turnaround on the essay exams in particular as I can. They take me a while to grade. In a perfect world, I can get them all graded in one work week, but that assumes that I'm able to hide at home and grade and that I don't have other meetings. I don't have a lot of advising work that comes up. So it usually takes a bit longer. I will release your grade as it's done. I don't wait until everybody's is done, and I usually grade them in the order in which they're submitted. So, early birds, worms, all those things, I do my best. And the reason it takes me so long is I try to give you really detailed feedback. You're going to get feedback from me in a couple of different ways. First, I'm going to edit and mark up your submission, right? Second, I'm going to complete a rubric and provide detailed comments in each of those rubric fields too, so that you can see, how I've arrived at your grade. And I usually provide a bit of a summary to talk mostly about, things that you did really well and things that I think we can work on for the next time. So, each exam takes me at least an hour to do, sometimes more. So I appreciate your patience. If you have any questions or concerns about the timing of the feedback that you're going to get, don't hesitate to ask. So that's what you can expect from me. I'm going to be really active in the class, and I'm going to do my best to give you really detailed feedback as quickly as I can. The other thing that I would mention is that I kind of tore this class apart over the summer, and I've been putting it back together. I'm not done yet with the later lessons, and I've rearranged a lot of the content. I'm adding a lot of new content. I've been updating some things that were getting a little out of date. But all of this means that there could be things that aren't working quite like I want them to. So if you find a broken link or something seems out of place or confusing either in Canvas or on the course website, please let me know. Chances are I've just not totally moved it to its new home or something like that, and I appreciate you letting me know if something seems amiss. So I think that's it. Thanks for hanging in there for 10 minutes of me chatting at you. But I'm really looking forward to this semester. This is a really fun, relevant, very timely topic that I think touches all of us regardless of what your major might be. And I'm looking forward to working on that with you and helping you become a better writer along the way.